Hello and welcome to DVxUI. Today on this channel, we are going to create this hero section in Figma. So let's start. Well, before starting, let us understand what we have on the screen. So first of all, if you see, we have pages over here. Well, under pages, I have 3 pages. The first one is design, the other one is YouTube, and the last one is learn. And below there, you will find all the layers that I have on this canvas. Currently, I have only one, which is resources. So let's go to resources and see what we have in this layer. So what you need to do is you need to double click on this grid icon and you will go to this frame. Well, in the resources, you will see I have pictures which I'm going to use in my designs. So these are some of the pictures that I'm going to use. And then I also have some colors, basically one color that I'm going to use in the design. Well, let me also tell you from where I got these images. So you need to go to a website which is FreePic. And now here in the search box, you need to search for food bowl and you will get the similar images. Now, if you don't want to go to this website and download the pictures, what you also can do is I have provided a link of these resources in the description. You can just go there and download it directly from the Figma. So now we have learned about the pages and the layers. Now let's see what this black box is all about. Well, if I press a shortcut, it will say it aloud. So this is the only purpose of this black box over here. Whenever I'm going to press a shortcut, it will tell you that what shortcuts I'm using. In this way, you will also learn about the shortcuts in Figma. And now, if you focused, we have something appeared in the right panel. Well, this is from where you control the appearance of the frame selected on this canvas. So currently I have selected resources. That is why you can see all the options of the resources frame is available over here. And now if I change the corner radius to, let's say, 300, the corner radius will be provided to this resources frame. But I don't want to provide corner radius, so let's just go back. And now let us quickly start with the design. So just move it over here. And to start designing, we need a frame. So to get a frame, what you can do is you can press F key on your keyboard and the options of the multiple frames will appear over here. Among them, I'm going to select desktop. And now if you see, the desktop frame is quite small. So how to make it large? Well, it is not small. We have just zoomed out. So to zoom in correctly, what we can do is we can go to this grid icon and double click it. In this way, it will zoom to perfect. Now, since we have our desktop frame in place, let us also change the name. So from here, I'm going to name it design. Now let us start working with this design frame. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to provide some corner radius to this frame. So here in the corner radius, I will provide 24. Make sure your frame is selected and then you will change this corner radius to 24. The corner radius has been provided. As you can see, the corner radius is present at all the corners. And now what I also want to do is I want to provide a stroke to this design frame. So here I will enable the stroke and in the weight I will provide 4. The color of the stroke is going to be the primary color, which is orange. And now this looks great. Now the second thing that we need is a big circle over here. So to get a circle, what we can do is we can hit O on our keyboard and drop a circle like this. And in the layout, you will find dimensions. Now if I clip it together, then if I change the width to, let's say, 1080, the height will also change. In this way, we will be able to retain the shape of a circle. So now we have a circle over here. Let's also align it. So you will go here in the alignment and centrally align it. So now this is good. I think we can take it a bit up. This much, yeah, this much is okay. We will adjust it later on. And let us also provide it the primary color. So now most of the things are in place. Let's bring the hero picture in this design. So we will go to resources, select this picture, copy it, go to design, and here we will move it aside and paste it here. Well, the reason why I have pasted it over here is because the picture is present in the square format, but we want it to be in a circle. So how can we do that? Well, what we can do is we will need to take another circle. And now we will increase the size. The size is basically, let me clip it first. And the size is going to be 928. And it needs to cover this ball completely. So let me just align it with the ball. So now as you can see, I have aligned this ellipse with the ball present in the picture. And now what I will do is I will select this circle, right click and send it to back. Now while this is selected, I will also select the picture. So the picture and the circle both are selected, as you can see, the image and the ellipse. And now right click and use this option which says use as mask. And in this way you will get a circular picture of the bowl. And now from here we will take it from here and paste it something like this. And we can also rotate it. So let's rotate it 15 degrees. So yeah, this looks great. So now since we have picture in place and the background is also looking great, let's start working with the header part. So the header is going to contain two elements. First is the site name, which is going to be here, and then the nav links, which are going to be here. So firstly, for the site name, let me zoom it here. And here I'm going to take a text and write make a copy of it. And then here I'm going to write good and then bowl. Do not worry about the sizes, about the alignment. We will fix it later on. So now since we have the name in place and the name is quite big also, what we are going to do is we are going to work with the appearance of these three text. So first of all, let me decrease down some of the sizes. So for now, the size is going to be 34. Well, for the 34 is okay, but it is going to be Sacramento. So change the font family. So it will be Sacramento and of 34 size with regular font weight. And now for the good, we're going to go with the medium font weight and 32 font size. And for the bowl, we are going to go with 20 font size and with semi bold maybe. So let's keep the semi bold font weight and place it over here something like this. Take this the from here and place it over here. Make the alignment good. And now if you will see, this looks quite better. And we also need to add one more O to avoid any copyright. Let me place it over here. So the alignment is fixed. And now for the final part, let me change the color of this good text. So the color is obviously going to be orange. So now all of these are looking great. Let me right click and put them in a group. And now let's call this group logo. So this is good. And let me place it over here. Now let me tell you something about the alignment. Now if I keep pasting these elements something like this, I'm surely going to lose the alignment. So to be on the right path of the alignment, what we can do is we can select our frame, and then here we need to go down, enable this layout grid, select this grid option, and then switch to columns. And here in the count we need to provide 12, and for the margin we need to provide 80. So now these bars, these rectangular bars, are going to guide us throughout the designing process. So the site name is quite good and placed well. So let me just fix some of the alignment. So yeah, this is good. And now the site name is done. The second part of this header is the nav links. So let's start working with that. So for the nav links, what we need to do is, first of all, we need a text. Obviously, because the nav links are going to be containing text. So the first text is going to be home, then make a copy of it, and then bowls, again a copy. For the orders, O needs to be capital, again the last copy, and here I'm going to write about us. Now do not worry about the alignment, we are going to select all of them together and put them in auto layout from this option. You can also use Shift A to put them in auto layout. And now the gap between them is 16. This gap between them is 16. We need to increase it. So we are going to make it, let's say 70. And let's place it over here. Now if you will see, these texts are quite big. So we need to decrease down the size. So here what I will do is, in the frame 564, let's rename it to nav links and open it. Now select all the text. So select the first one and then hold shift, select the last one. So in this way you will select all of them. And now change the font size to 22. Medium is good. We want to keep it medium. And now select the auto layout, and here we need to provide some padding. So for the horizontal padding it is going to be 54, and for the vertical padding it is going to be 14. Now I know the padding and the auto layout is not quite visible, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a stroke of color black and with 30% of the opacity. The corner radius is going to be full, so hold shift and keep pressing arrow up key until it is completely rounded. So now this is good, and let me align it. So yeah, this is good. And we are also done with the header part. Now you tell me how our user is going to know that he is on the home page. Exactly, they all look same. So what we can do is we can select home and provide it a different color, most probably the primary color. In this way the user will know that he or she is on the home page. So let me zoom it. Now let's move to the next part, which is the hero text, which is going to be here. So for the hero text, obviously we need a text. So take a text, and here I'm going to write, we serve the healthy bowl, and a dot. Now select your text, change the font size to 80. Medium is good, and by using this alignment, place it at the center. Put it a bit up, something like this. And here if you see, this text looks kind of boring. So what we can do is we can select this healthy and highlight it with the primary color. So now this is good. Now let us work with the other part of this hero text. So what I also want to provide is a crown like thing to this hero section so that it becomes easier for the user to read it. So I'm again going to take a text, and here I'm going to write India's, since I'm based in India, so I'm going to write India's #1 health brand. Now select your text. It is quite big, we need to make it small. So in the font size I'm going to provide 20. Let's also zoom in, and medium is good. We want to keep the medium, but the fill color is going to be orange. And we also need to provide auto layout. So right click and provide auto layout. You remember, we can also use Shift+A to provide auto layout, or what we also can do is we can right click and select this option. So now this is good, and let me provide a fill color of the primary color. Now if I provide a primary color, the text will not be visible, so let's reduce down the opacity to 20%. So now it is fairly visible, and the padding is going to be 22 in the horizontal and 8 in the vertical. Let me select it and also provide a full corner radius. So yeah, this is good. And let's zoom out. And currently it is not at the center of this frame. So what we can do is we can use this alignment and place it at the center. Now let me align this text, select both of them, align it again, and yeah, this is good. Now since we have main hero text, we need description text over here. So for the description text, let's be lazy and go to a website called loremipsum.io and select only this much of the text. Copy it, go to your design, take a text and paste it. Now obviously it is very big, we need to reduce down some of the size. So the font size is going to be 20 with the regular font weight, placed at the center and a bit up. So now it is perfectly aligned, but if you see, the impact of this text and this text is quite high. We need to reduce down the impact of this text. So select it, and from here I'm going to provide 70% of the opacity. So now this looks great. Now the only part that is left of the hero text section is the buttons. Basically the CTAs, the call to action buttons. The call to action buttons are basically the primary buttons that user uses to navigate through the website, or that directs user to the core feature of a website. So what is going to be the core feature of this website? Obviously ordering food. So take a text, and here I'm going to write order now with the, let's say, regular font weight. Let's not keep it regular because regular will not be very much visible. So let's keep it medium, and 20 is good. And let me provide auto layout. Fill it with a color which is going to be the primary color. So now it is visible also. Let's select this text and write here white. It will take the hex code of the white color. Now select your button. For the padding part, let's provide 22 in the horizontal and 12 in the vertical. And corner radius is obviously going to be the full. So this is good. Let's place it over here. Make a copy of it because we also need one more button. Now if these two buttons are going to be looking same, then user is going to be confused. So what we need to do is we need to make a difference between them. So let's remove the fill color and provide a stroke instead. with the primary color and select the text. Provide the primary color as well. Now let me also change the button text, which is going to be C menu. So now these two buttons are aligned. Let me select them and provide auto layout. The gap between them is going to be 16 and they are going to be placed at the middle. So use this option which says align horizontal centers and this will align it perfectly. Make sure the final alignment is good. Select all your element, put them a bit down. So I'm just making sure the alignment is correct. And now if you will see, basically we are done with the hero section. And now we are going to work upon the decoration part of this website just to make it look very good. So for that, let us start working with this section first. So if you remember, in the resources, we had a lot of PNG of these veggies. So we are going to use them. So first of all, let's select this lettuce, this tomato, and this slice of cucumber. Let's copy it. Go to your design and randomly place it. Take them here so that they are visible. Double click on the design and get it perfectly on the screen. So now let me first select this and provide an angle of, let's say, 66. Put it somewhere here in the background. So send to back. A slide up of this ellipse. So let me rename it with the name orange BG circle so that we know which circle we are talking about. And this is great. Now we also take this tomato slice and place it something like this over here. Send it to back and I want this to be above the lettuce. Let me also rename the pictures. So this is lettuce and this is tomato slice and this one is cucumber slice. I hope the spellings are correct. And this part is good. Let's make a copy of this lettuce. Place it somewhere here with a different angle. So change the angle something like this. Put it somewhere here. And let's also make one more copy of this lettuce. Place it over here and provide an angle of, let's say, 26 is okay. Put it a bit down. Make sure the alignment is good. And now we will take this cucumber slice, place it over here, send it to back, put it above the orange BG circle and also above this lettuce. And now we also need to select this tomato slice, make one more copy of it, select it and place it over here something like this. So now this section looks quite great and we have these empty sections of this BG circle. So we are going to fill it with a text. So take a text and here I'm going to write, firstly I'm going to write good with the font size of 60, medium font weight, and the color is going to be white. It is not visible. Let me place it over here, zoom in and align it perfectly. So yeah, this is good. Let's select it and here I'm going to write bowl. Change the angle again to make it perfect and place it. So now these two looks great and this overall section looks also quite great. Now we need to work with this empty part which is here, and we also have this empty part over here. So let's see what we can do with this. So first of all, I'm going to take a rectangle, drop it over here. The width of this rectangle is going to be 612 and the height is going to be 236. The corner radius is going to be full. The color is going to be orange and the angle is going to be 28. Now place it something like this. This is great. And then go to our resources, copy this small PNG over here. This is also a PNG of a bowl. And then go to our design and paste it over here. Align it perfectly within this rectangle. So yeah, this is good. And now this looks quite great. But how about this section? How are we going to fill this? We are going to create a review section over here. So for that, let's take a frame, drop it over here something like this. Then provide it a stroke of primary color with font weight of 2. And let me also change the dimensions. So the dimension is going to be 340 by 200. Place it over here. And the corner radius this time is going to be 24. Well, 24 is quite less, so let's provide it a bit more. So yeah, 54 is great. And now we need to work with this one. Let me align it. So first of all, what I'm going to do is select this rectangle and provide it a gradient over the stroke. So this one is going to be here and this one is going to be here. And this darker color is going to be same as this color. So let's replace it with the opacity of 0%. So it will give it a stroke-like effect to this rectangle. Now we need details. So for the details, first of all, I'm going to take a text and write here highlights. The font size is quite big, so let's make it small. 18 is good. Provide it the primary color. Place it over here, something like this. Put it a bit down. Yeah, this is great. And I guess we can have a hyphen over here. And now we need a circle for the user picture. So hit O on your keyboard, drop a circle, make it small, change the dimension to 56 by 56, place it over here, take a text again for the name of the user and write Steve Alexia and place it over here something like this. And now we need rating stars over here. So for the rating stars, what we can do is we can use the star element from the Figma. So select star, drop it over here, and from the dimension, let's lock it first and then provide it 21 by 21. The corner radius is going to be 1. Well, 1 is quite high, as you can see. This looks, let me make it visible. So put it over here. So as you can see, this looks quite funny. So we don't want this funny look, we want a serious look. So 0.6 of the corner radius will be good. So yeah, this looks great. Now select it, make a copy of it, select both and put them in the auto layout. The gap between them is 0, so let's provide 2 pixels of the gap. Select one of them and keep creating copy until we have in total 5 stars. So yeah, we have 5 stars. Select these and put it over here. Select both of them and align them perfectly. Now I'm going to select these 3 and provide it a yellowish color. So just go here and select a yellowish color for the stars. So yeah, this is good. Select both of them, fix the alignment, and yeah, this looks great. Now we need the review text. So go to lorem ipsum, cross the ad, because probably you are also going to see that. So let's copy this much of the text. Go to design. In this frame, drop it. Select it from here, put it inside this frame because it was outside of the design. Now select it, and 18 is good, but we want to provide it a regular, and reduce down the width till this much. Let's remove this. I'm just working on the aesthetic part of this website, and let's also remove this extra text. And here I'm going to provide the opacity of 70%. Make it a bit up. Select all of them. Fix the alignment to make it perfect. So yeah, this is also good. You can also put a picture over here in this circle, which I'm not going to do that. It is your assignment. And now this looks quite great. What we also can do is we can write text here and there to make it look even better. So let's just do that. But first, we don't need this layout grid anymore. So let's remove it. So from the layout grid, cross it, and then take a text right here, the goodness bowl, and 3 dots. Put the bowl under the goodness, select both, and change the font family to Sacramento. The font size is quite small, so let's make it a bit large. Let me make it 28. 28 is also quite small, so let's make it a bit larger. Well, I think we are going wrong with the font family, so let me change from Sacramento to Satisfy. Yeah, Satisfy looks great. And also change the color to orange. So yeah, the combination looks quite great. Place it over here, select the text and go back to 28. This is good. Place it randomly. Now copy it, paste it over here, and here I'm going to write get your name here, and we need to also depict that what this text is for. So for that, I'm going to select this pen tool over here and draw some random line like this. So now this is done. Let's select this pen tool over here and just hit these dots. Now pull them to make a twisted arrow. And from here, the end point is going to have a triangle. Basically a line arrow. So now also increase the weight, provide the primary color, fix the alignment, and we are done with the hero section. Now right click on the canvas, go to this option which says show hide UI, then hit F11 key on your keyboard, zoom in place it at the middle, and see what you have just created now. So this was an amazing design of a hero section which we have created together. Now, if you also have created along with me, consider sending it to the Telegram group. The link is provided in the description. We will meet in the next one.